To understand this week's Bible passage, we need to understand the story that leads up to that point. And the story is about God healing a man named Naaman. Naaman was an important army commander, but he had leprosy, which were painful sores all over his body. There was a servant girl living in his house who told Naaman's wife that a prophet named Elisha can ask God to help Naaman. When Elisha heard that Naaman had come to be made well, he sent a message, "Have Naaman come to me." So Naaman went to Elisha's house. Elisha's servant told Naaman, "Elisha says to wash in the Jordan River 7 times, then you will be well." At first, Naaman was very angry. Washing in a river sounded like a really silly idea, and he started to walk away. But Naaman's servant said, "If you had to pay money or do something hard, you would do it. Why not obey? It's not going to cost you anything." So Naaman walked to the river. He ducked under 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. Naaman came up, and his sores were miraculously gone. Naaman said, "The God of Israel has made me well. He is the one true God." Which brings us to today's Bible reading, which is from 2 Kings 5, chapters 15 through to 27. Naaman and his officials went back to Elisha. Naaman stood in front of him and announced, "Now I know that the God of Israel is the only God in the whole world. Sir, would you please accept a gift from me?" "I am a servant of the living Lord," Elisha answered, "and I swear that I will not take anything from you." Naaman kept begging, but Elisha kept refusing. Finally Naaman said, "If you won't accept a gift, then please let me take home as much soil as 2 mules can pull in a wagon. Sir, from now on I will offer sacrifices only to the Lord, but I pray that the Lord will forgive me when I go into the temple of the god Rimmon and bow down there with the king of Syria." "Go on home and don't worry about that," Elisha replied. Then Naaman left. Elisha places a curse on Gehazi. After Naaman had gone only a short distance, Gehazi said to himself, "Elisha left that Syrian off too easy. He should have taken Naaman's gift. I swear by the living Lord that I will talk to Naaman myself and get something from him." So he hurried after Naaman. When Naaman saw Gehazi running after him, he got out of his chariot to meet him. Naaman asked, "Is everything all right?" "Yes," Gehazi answered, "but my master has sent me to tell you about 2 young prophets from the hills of Ephraim. They came asking for help, and now Elisha wants to know if you would give them about 75 pounds of silver and some new clothes." "Sure," Naaman replied, "but why don't you take twice that amount of silver?" He convinced Gehazi to take it all, then put the silver in 2 bags. He handed the bags and the clothes to his 2 servants, and they carried them for Gehazi. When they reached the hill where Gehazi lived, he took the bags from the servants and placed them in his house, then sent them away. After they had gone, Gehazi went in and stood in front of Elisha, who asked, "Gehazi, where have you been?" "Nowhere, sir," Gehazi answered. Elisha asked, "Don't you know that my spirit was there when Naaman got out of his chariot to talk with you? Gehazi, you have no right to accept money or clothes, olive orchards or vineyards, sheep or cattle or servants. Because of what you've done, Naaman's leprosy will now be on you and your descendants forever." Suddenly, Gehazi's skin became white with leprosy, and he left.